This is a continuation of the two videos that I just uploaded. I didn't want to make them so long, so I figure I'll split them into parts. But here is the other part of the story that I have been trying to tell you guys about. And this is for the FBI as well, listening to these videos. Even though these people are trying to shadow ban the videos, they're trying to hide the videos, it's useless. No matter what they do, it's over, it's done. And they know it's just a matter of time for these people to go to prison. Let me tell you another thing about this Schultz Virgo homosexual man. I told you that this man has illegal activities with minors, young boys, 16, 15, 17-year-olds, 14-year-olds. When I first found out about this, because God showed it to me, everything made sense. This man, his mother, and the copycat, they have been trying to set me up to get locked up. These people have been trying to get me to do illegal things that will definitely land me in prison or somewhere else. But their intention has always been to try to get me locked up, whether that is in a mental asylum, because speaking the truth, apparently they call it mentally unstable. But speaking the truth is not being mentally unstable. It's about speaking about what you are, who you've been, where you've been, what you've been through. That's speaking the truth. This gay Virgo man, I told you before that what he does is that he goes around town sleeping with women and men, spreading STDs with no regard. Young people, old people, middle-aged people, he doesn't care. As long as he gets the energy and the sex thrill that he's always looking for, he doesn't care. Because he doesn't care how he gets the thrill, how he gets that thrill, he doesn't tell people that he has STDs. He has syphilis, gonorrhea, herpes, HIV, hepatitis, chlamydia, the whole 9 yards, because he sleeps openly with everybody. And let it be known that this is a man who belongs to a religious group. This is a group that supposedly belongs to a church, but it's more of a cult than an actual church. While I was living in Reno, I was working at Walmart when this happened. He paid one of the young boys that he had sexual interactions with. He was like 16, maybe, I want to say 16. He looked very young, 15, 16, but the thing about this kid is that even though he looked young, he carried himself like a 21-year-old, 25-year-old boy. And so it was kind of hard to define what his real age was. Although my intuition was telling me that yes, he was indeed a very young kid. This young boy started to come into Walmart hitting on me. He started coming around and he would always make gestures of sexual implications, like, doing things that are saying that he wants to engage with that person sexually. And one day, and this is all while working in Reno at the Walmart, this homosexual Virgo man, He knows pretty much everybody in Reno. This is how he gets away with getting people to do things for him, even if it means paying them with money, sex, or drugs. He doesn't care, as long as he gets what he wants. This 16-year-old kid started asking me out for a date, and I just thought that was funny. And I thought it was cute. I was like, that's cute, that's funny. And I just couldn't believe that someone that young, would have that kind of mentality. But of course, those were things that kind of got me thinking right away. Like, wait a minute, this doesn't sound right. When do you see a 16-year-old talking to a 50-year-old woman, hitting on her? It's just very unusual. It's just not something that you see every day. Women do get hit on a lot. I get hit on a lot, but never by kids. And the fact that this was a very good looking kid, I quickly realized that this was a setup. And knowing that, I knew that the homosexual Virgo man, the Copycat, and his mother were all trying to get me locked up and to do something illegal because they were watching me the whole time. This is how far the harassment goes, trying to frame me in crimes to get me locked up. When this 16-year-old kid asked for my phone number, I said to him, "How old are you?" He said, "I'm 18. No, he said, "I'm 19. He said, "I'm 19. And I'm like, well, you look young, but you don't carry yourself like a 19-year-old. You carry yourself like you're 25 or like you're older." He kind of came off as a very mature kind of person for his age, you know. Um, and so, out of curiosity, I kind of decided to go along with the game because I wanted to see what this was all about, confirm my suspicions. The second day that I saw him, because he came back to Walmart, he came back around and asked, when he asked for my phone number, and I asked how old he was, he said he was 19. I said to him, "I will give you my phone number under one condition." And then he says, "What is that?" I said, "Bring me a copy of your ID or something that shows your photo and your birth date, ID or, driver's license, whatever. Um, that will make me feel more easy, more at ease, to communicate with you." And the reason this Virgo man sent this kid, very strategic, I asked him, "When is your birthday?" He said, "September 10th. That makes him a Virgo. Just like the gay Virgo, like the Virgo man. Exactly the same thing." And I was like, "Yeah, I think that you don't have to doubt anymore," I said to myself, because now you know what you're dealing with. The fact that one, he was a Virgo, two, a very young kid, good looking kid. It was a setup the whole time. When I asked the kid to bring me that ID or that driver's license that shows that he's 19, he refused it. And he says, "I can bring you an auto title." An auto title? Yeah, auto, like a car title, where, where it shows your name. And I'm like, "Yeah, but that doesn't have your personal data." So I said, why don't we just, leave it at that for now and just, let it go. And then he's like, "No, but I really want to see you. I really want to talk to you. I think you're pretty and blah, blah, blah." And I said to him, "That's very flattering. Go back to the man that told you to come around me and tell him that he needs to watch out with the things that he's doing. because everybody's watching. I'm watching, and tell him that I am not dumb. Now, the fact that he was strategically sent to try to get me involved or engage with him in some kind of a sexual activity while he is a minor, that would have put me in an illegal position where you just committed a crime. And, you know, it would have escalated to so much uglier had I not been able to see through what was happening and what was the intention behind it. I honestly didn't want to make anything out of it, but I did know that it was this homosexual Virgo man that sent him. And then I started to make sense out of the situation. And when I started to ask God, what is this all about? He showed me that this kid, this minor, was one of these homosexual Schultz men, the Virgo man's lover. This minor kid was one of his lovers. Remember, I told you this man would sleep with minors, men, older women, young, doesn't care, as long as he gets paid or as long as he gets his thrill. He doesn't care. He sleeps with a lot of minors. One, because this is how he siphons energy to manifest for himself. When he engages sexually with minors, he's doing it for the thrill, but also because he needs that energy to swap his energy with those minors, possibly swap their destinies as well, steal their destinies. Everything that this man does is diabolical, illegal, wrong, and all he wants to do is defend his character by twisting a narrative onto the other person and taking the heat off of him. If anyone is ever after him and he knows it, he will gaslight that person into believing that it's something different, or lie to that person to take the heat off of them. In some cases, people got very close to the truth. People got very close to seeing what he was doing, but they were taken out by these homosexual Virgo men. They were taken out via car accidents, natural death causes, or just a very random shooting event where a person got shot on a drive-by. And I'm telling you this because these were all things that he planned against me as well. He has planned and plotted how he can kidnap me, to traffic me, to continue to traffic me, and continue to make money off of me. This is why he runs around tell people, I can show you a way to make money very quickly, and you don't have to do anything other than siphon someone's energy. The person I am referring to, he says, is a person with a divine womb. Everything she touches turns to gold. In other words, she has the Midas touch, he says to them. And people don't realize that they are being set up, you know? Basically, they're being used as test dummies. Anything he wants done, he'll get other people to do it for him to see what happens. And then he'll continue to hire people to send my way, to gaslight me, to steal something from me, whether that is energy or items that he uses for black magic rituals. This man is a true danger for society and himself and children, minors. This man not only has an undiagnosed mental illness, but also has a very serious gender dysphoria identity disorder. He doesn't know whether he likes men or women. He doesn't know whether he likes little boys or little girls. When he comes off proper, well-spoken, well-dressed, it's only to impress someone, not because that's who he truly is. His mother, I told you that she abused him sexually when he was a child. This is how this woman siphoned this man's destiny. She stole it from him as a child. This homosexual Virgo man, believe it or not, is a person who was born chosen. He was born as a divine masculine, but he had a fall from grace and turned all his divinity into darkness, worshiping Lucifer, making offerings to Lucifer to gain and gain and gain. He betrayed his divinity for darkness. When he met me, he knew who I was. I knew who he was, but he chose the karmic side instead. There's nothing no one can do. That's a choice that he made, and that's where it stays. Because I obviously have no intentions in ever giving that person another chance. Even if he's in his deathbed, I would still not forgive him. What he has done is unforgivable, unacceptable, and illegal. These are things that have serious legal repercussions and serious legal ramifications. But, like he says, I'm covered by the Illuminati. I can do whatever I want. They got my back. Okay, well, I'm glad you have that in your head. I'm glad you think that way. Because you're gonna know exactly who they are. When everything hits the fan, they won't be around to help you. I hope you know that. You can't possibly be this stupid or ignorant when you know better. And I'm gonna leave it at here. I just wanted to make this quick addition to the other two videos that I couldn't add on to because they were getting a little too long, and I honestly don't make videos that long. I just speak a lot about things when I have to be specific with details for those that are listening. And keep in mind that even if you shadow ban the video, that is the dumbest thing you can do. Do you truly believe that the government has no way to access shadow banned videos? Sometimes I wonder, exactly how ignorant are you? And I also wonder, what made you this way? What made you so ignorant? The fact that your mother never gave you love because the only thing she did for you was to shut you up and say, here's a toy car. Here's $100. Here's $1,000. Leave me alone. Go get laid. Go do something. His mother didn't even want this man. She didn't want this child. I told you she obtained this child through deception. When she came across the group, there was a man that she was interested in. She knew that he had a lot of money. And the sexual rituals that take place when a person is initiated into a group, she took advantage of that and intentionally got herself pregnant by this man. That's who this man's father is. Someone who doesn't even want him. That's who this man's mother is. A woman who can't even stand him. They live in a big house. He sent me a picture of it. Nice house. And he pointed out that this older woman lives on the other side of town. I mean, not on the other side of town, but on the other side of the house, the big part of the house. And at first I thought, why do I want to know this? Why are you telling me this? You know? But somehow he was trying to tell me that he was scared of this woman, that he hated this woman. And he doesn't refer to his mom as someone honorable. He doesn't refer to his daughter as his daughter. He refers to his daughter as someone hideous, someone disgusting. Because when he goes around impregnating women intentionally to trap them financially, emotionally, and physically with a baby, he's not really interested in that kid. He has no love for that kid. The only thing that kid represents for him is another tax write-off. More money for him. Every kid that he has with all these other random women, he entraps them. And instead of being him paying for child support, he turns the tables on women and makes women pay him. You see? It's all about the money. This man is by far the worst con artist you'll ever know. And like I said in my last video, thank God I dodged the bullet with this person. God knew why he did what he did. And even though I couldn't understand at the beginning why he had done this, after I realized it, I knew exactly what he was trying to stop for me. He didn't want me to get involved with this situation. He removed me from this situation. Just like that. And again, it was God stepping in and said, not my child. You're not going to do this to her. He warned him repeatedly, leave her alone. All the warnings about leaving me alone made him obsessed because he's so used to having whoever he wants and whatever he wants. But I'm not any of that. He will not lay a finger on me. He's not welcoming my energy. He knows that. When is he going to leave me alone? I don't know. Until God takes him out, is my guess. Because if the police doesn't want to do anything about it, God will. There is no bribing God. There is no paying $1,000 to God and ask him to overlook the problem and turn a blind eye to the abuse and the torture, the molestation. God is a ruler. And if you still don't believe in God, you need to embrace the impact. You need to prepare for impact. All of you. You need to lawyer up. All of you. Because you people don't have any grounds for defending you guys in trial when all the evidence is screaming guilty. Every piece of evidence says guilty. You need to return the money, return the assets, and the homes. You need to return all of that. A message for the FBI. The money these people are hiding from you is in an offshore account in a country where they're going when they run from the United States to avoid legal ramifications from all their crimes. The documents, the state, everything that he stole from me, he has them. He's not broke. He's lying. He will plead insanity. But he's not insane. He's fully aware of all that he's doing. He has tactfully plotted everything. The copycat is thinking about getting a cosmetic surgery so that she can run. The gay man is trying to run as well. People in the group are running. Everybody's fleeing because they didn't believe when I told them. You have no idea what's coming. You thought this was a joke. And if you keep thinking that God is a joke, I pray for you. And I'm gonna leave it at this. And for my fans and my subscribers, I love you guys and thank you for your support. Thank you for being there. I know that shadow banning is a little crazy right now, but just hang in there with me. These people will be taken care of. And the people involved in stealing my content as well, they will all be taken care of. They will all have to face the law. They will all have to return what they've stolen from me and others. Enjoy the rest of your day, and God bless you.